Hey, what's up everybody? I'm excited because I have Dustin Watten here. He just finished up winning the World Cup in Europe, and now he's gearing up for Rio 2016 Olympics. He's a member of the U.S. men's Olympic volleyball team.
That's right, I'm here with my buddy Colten Shea, health entrepreneur, mentor, and internet marketer, and my former teammate at Long Beach State.
It's so good to see you, man.
So good to see you.
We were hanging out last week. We got some vegan food at, what was it, Veggie Girl?
Veggie Girl.
We got Veggie Girl, and we were just talking and brainstorming, and we were getting into topics that I was like, there's a lot of people who, I think would benefit from all the stuff we were talking about.
Like you said, I'm a professional volleyball player. In the summertime, we have 4 months with the national team. And then after that, we have 8 months when we go overseas. And there's so much that we can't control, but the best players, they really dive into what they can control. And I think that's something that me and Colten, him as an entrepreneur and me as a professional athlete, we're at the same place right now and seeing what we can control and how far we can push ourselves.
Yeah, I remember one of the things you're talking about was like what we can control. Sometimes, things happen that are out of our control, whether it's, in our business or, in our sport, whether it's like a coach, a teammate, or, the opposite team we're playing, our opponent, and then even like in business, and I remember some things we were talking about was like daily routines that we have. So what were like some of the daily routines that, that you have that kind of help you, be so successful?
Routines are right, and the routines for me would come when I'm overseas. There's no sun, it's getting depressing, team's losing, but you want to empower yourself and take it back. So a couple years ago, I started doing lists and finding things for physically, mentally, spiritually, where I'm growing every day, and every day I can check those things off and know at the end of the week when that game comes, I'm prepared mentally and physically. So the first thing I do when I wake up in the morning, wake up, make myself apple cider vinegar tea, apple cider vinegar, I get some cinnamon, lemon, and drink that, meditate for 20 minutes, and that starts my day off right. Boom, get it right away, got it done. My head's there, I'm feeling more alkaline, my body's waking up, and I'm ready to start the day.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm pretty similar too. I got off course a little bit with my business where all I was focusing on was my business for like 7 months. I got out of shape and I realized I needed to balance that. I started making, a smoothie. I really like the apple cider vinegar to make yourself more alkaline. But yeah, I make myself an alkaline smoothie every single morning. And I love your routines. One of the keys that I always try to follow too after my routine is I always try to figure out who am I surrounding myself with. Dustin's one of my good friends, and we're always talking and communicating because I want to surround myself with people who bring me up instead of who bring me down. Do you ever have points to like try to be careful with who is in your inner circle?
Exactly. I think kind of what Colten's saying. It's like you want to give. You don't want to take. And when you're around people that are constantly taking, it's fine for once in a while. But consistently, you don't want to be around those people because the real worth comes is when you're consistently giving, and you're going to give, you're going to give, you're going to give back. But for me, it's really difficult because when I'm overseas, maybe I can't be around a lot of those people, or maybe I don't even have so many friends because I'm in a remote place outside and I'm only there for half a year. And so for me, I surround myself with a lot of great people through different YouTube and podcast videos. And so I'm continually learning from people that I want to live like they are. People are living high energy, great business mind, health oriented, and I'm able to learn from them and surround myself with them, even though I can't physically surround myself with people like that.
Yeah, I love how you say that because when I started out my business 3 to 4 years ago, I had nobody who was an entrepreneur in my circle. I had nobody who was successful in business in my family. So very similar to Dustin, I had to drown myself in audiobooks. I had to drown myself in YouTube videos. I had to go to networking events where I could actually meet people who had the similar interests of me. And I think that's so cool because sometimes even when I travel, I go back to those same people. Do you have any people that are your favorites right now? Like any books or people you're listening to right now?
Yeah, the same thing. So being a vegan athlete, I read this book, Rich Roll, who later went on to do podcasts, and from there that kind of led me into a route of meditation, not only a vegan diet but a more alkaline raw diet. So it's just very interesting to hear from people, and because even though podcasts are not physically there, you can hear how they're operating, you can hear the passion. how they're living a vibrant life, and you can hear like, wow, you know, I want to be like that. How can I do that? What steps can I take? And then from there, you have to be comfortable with being a little uncomfortable at first, trying it out, you know, knowing that you're not going to do it right at first, but, you know, committing to it and pushing, and then from there, growing.
Awesome. Yeah, and I live a very alkaline lifestyle, and you're a vegan. I've been a vegan for months and years at a time as well. You know, why did you choose to become a vegan, you know, live an alkaline lifestyle? Like, what does it do, you know, for your sport, for recovery?
Yeah, so I came across a book because, like I said, when I go overseas, you know, I like to drown myself with books. So I brought like 5 books. I went to Barnes & Nobles just to grab some real quick. And one of them was with a guy with his shirt off running. Okay, motivational book, check this out. And I go on the plane, first book, okay, second book, third book, just kind of going through it. And I finally picked up this last book. And it was a book about this guy, it was a memoir. And he was a collegiate swimmer, really competitive. But it ended up, you know, it passed him by, ended up being a lawyer, a very successful entertainment lawyer. By the age 40 though, he was going up the stairs and he had some chest pain. And he had this moment that for him it seemed like a lifetime because his grandpa died at a really young age from a heart attack. Very fit, ran a lot. And so this was his turning point where he realized he wasn't very fit. He was out of shape, and change had to take place. And so from here, he went to food, as his wife had just cured herself naturally, holistically, with a cyst. She was afraid of going to surgery, so she went to food, and he was able to see firsthand the power of food. So he went through what he described himself as the window diet, going from a junk food diet to a vegetarian junk food diet, vegetarian diet, vegan diet, all while mixing in some exercise. Went to a plant-based whole food diet, which, you know, you got vegetables, you got fruit, seeds, nuts, legumes. And then he started pushing more, journaling what feels good in the morning, what's helping him recover faster. And then within a year span, he became one of the fittest men in the world.
Wow.
Becoming an Ironman, running all over the world. And as an athlete, I like to take edges. Whatever I can take, I'll take edges, you know?
Yeah.
When I was young and I was skinny, I wanted to work out harder and more than guys. You know, I wanted to get extra touches in the summertime playing beach volleyball. So I read this and I was like, wow, this changed his life. And I never really thought of changing my life, but I was like, this can be an edge. Why not take an edge? Why not try this out? Why not be uncomfortable? I've loved meat, you know, I'm the guy that gets double meat wherever I go, but you know what? It works for this guy. Maybe it can be an edge for me. So once I landed in France, that was it. I went full vegan right away. I didn't know what I was doing. Had my mom start sending me over books, started consuming as much as I can. Failed, lost a lot of pounds early, but figured it out after my 4th, 5th book. And ever since then, I haven't looked back. And you know, not only have I been able to live without meat or dairy, but I'm thriving. I have more energy than guys. I'm able to work longer when I'm overseas and it's dark. There's no energy, no serotonin. You know, I don't need that nap. You know, I'm eating fresh fruit. I'm ready to go. You know, second practice, you know, I'm there. I don't need that afternoon coffee. And yeah, I'm just so fortunate I've stumbled into this lifestyle.
That's awesome. Well, I mean, that's kind of why we just wanted to be here. I just wanted to, you know, touch base with Dustin. I know all the stuff we were talking about was great. Maybe we'll make another videotape episode soon, but I'm glad we got to touch on some of the points where we touched on routines. We touched on, you know, who you surround yourself with. We touched on how you can drown yourself in audios and videos if you don't have those people in your lives, and you know why it's important to live a vegan and an alkaline lifestyle, you know, for your health. Yeah, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys soon.
See you.